T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. I just realized that I let an important milestone just slip on by. I started doing my hardcore reviews, just started doing reviews October 12th of last year. For some reason I thought I started in November, but it was actually October 12th when I reviewed this guy. Now, of course, I've been on YouTube for years prior to that, and I dabbled with a little review before that with this Nintendo Super Mario Sprite buttons, but I didn't have a tripod or anything, so that was just me just dabbling around. But my first official review, and definitely first official Transformers review, was this guy and the Classics Optimus that came with him. So, to celebrate that and celebrate the fact that I almost have 700 subscribers, and this is very close to my 300th upload on YouTube. There are some videos that aren't public, but it's almost 300. So I figured I'd celebrate by showing off the figure that got me collecting as an adult. This was my first adult collectible toy. Transmetal Rattrap, Beast Wars Transmetal Rattrap. And yes, as you've probably already noticed, his chrome wore off terribly. I mean, a few years after I bought him, I looked into the tote where I had him stored, and yeah, you're going to have to look at somebody else's review or go on Google to see what this guy is supposed to look like, but he's supposed to be way prettier. Or if you remember the show, you know that this was all red chrome. This whole back was all red. The tail was all red, but took him out of the tote, and there was nothing but red glitter everywhere. But anyway, also for the people that don't know, Beast Wars started off where the Maximals and the Predacons, the good guys and the bad guys, found themselves on this strange world where they had radioactive energon all over the planet, and their bodies couldn't take it, so they had to shield themselves with organic forms. So when they transformed into beast mode, their robot parts were covered with organic matter. So I guess they're sort of like the Terminator, where he has to time travel inside of his organic body. But anyway, after season 1, they were hit with this device, this alien device that upgraded their bodies to not only be immune to the radiation, but they made them look more mechanical, like the original G1 Dinobots and Insecticons. And they had a secondary vehicular mode, or a mode, they had a secondary mode that had some type of like transportation properties. But anyway, you've probably been looking at him as this rat right here. He's covered in robotic details and whatnot. Look at that face, look at the teeth. Here's the underside of his mouth right there. So I wish he looked better, but you gotta do what you gotta do. The only bad glaring problem is him having this fist showing right there, holding his own tail, which is very silly. Secondary mode, take this paw right there, flip it up. Take this paw, flip it up. Slide these out, flip these rear paws back here, and this stuff is just flaking off. It's nasty. Put these down like that. Do whatever you please with the tail. He usually had it out straight. And now he has some exhaust pipes right there. So now he's a rat roadster. And he does roll rather well, and as he should, because these wheels are huge. Anyway, since this is simple enough, I forgot to do a comparison, a beast mode comparison. Here he is next to Transmetal Cheetor. So even though Rattrap is a rat, you can see a cheetah isn't that much bigger. And Silverbolt. They were a popular team. Transformation is pretty simple. Let's see if I can remember it from the fly. I used to do this a jillion times. Take this out of his hand, set it to the side somewhere. Go ahead and flip this wheel in there. Leave that out like that. Now this is what's going to be tough. I don't remember what to do with those rat hands. But lift this up. And before I get anywhere, he has a rub symbol. I tried to show the rub symbol off on Inferno, but I couldn't. But basically you see that he is a Maximal. Alright. Now we go ahead and rotate this arm around. Pull this arm out. Rotate that around. Bring this down while flipping his robot head down. Oh boy. I guess we could split this head, move that off to the side, and move these rat face pieces off to the side. Now we can bring this up like this. His body rotates down a little bit, and it's a peg that goes into his butt. Rotate his legs around, straighten the feet out, lift the arms up, and here we have Rattrap in his robot mode. Unfortunately, the cartoon took some liberties. I don't know if the design changed at the last minute, but in the cartoon, which was really more cool, the heads pieces shrank to go on the shoulders, and the wheels right here on his butt rotated to be up on his back, which was really cool. So that is one thing that's unfortunate with this guy. Let me try to do a close-up on his head. I should have thought to get Generations Rattrap, because their heads are close. You can see the details on the chest. For some reason, he has a brain detail on his crotch. He already has it on his head, so I don't know if he had that on his crotch. I'm going to have to watch the show again. But here's the detail on his legs. There you have big screws. I don't even try to think if the newer toys have screws like that, just visible. His elbows can do a bend that's more than 90 degrees without it actually being double jointed because of the way they're designed. And this guy, the posability, this is why I started collecting these toys, just like I said in Inferno's review. His posability is stellar. His head can rotate. He can look up, kinda, because of that joint. It looks weird, of course, because it's sinking in. Elbows are in a ball joint, so they swivel and do what they need to do. Of course, all this stuff gets in the way. His bicep swivel, frickin' bicep swivel on this old toy. I showed the elbow. No waist. Ball jointed hips that can kick out that much and kick forward that much. Thigh swivel. Knee that bends that much, and the toe goes back and forth. So I love posing this guy. And of course, his tail becomes a whip. It could be a whip or a staff, but I mostly just bent it over like this. He used to use it as a whip and a staff, which was really cool. Well, let me get some comparisons in here. Here he is next to Silverbolt, who is a Fusor and Transmetal 2 Cheetor. And he has way more articulation than them. I didn't remember that, but yeah. As you can see, this is probably an appropriate scale. Cheetor's taller, Silverbolt's taller. Rattrap should have been shorter. But anyway, I really loved this toy back in the day. And I wish that he wasn't flaking everywhere. But he's cool for what he is. And I love him. thinking about collecting Beast Wars, you definitely need this dude. And the Transmetal cast is just my favorite altogether. Just period. Anyway, so yeah, he's cool. I love him. Anyway, if you like this review, think about giving me a like, share, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking with me if you've been here from the beginning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. And I love reading your comments, so please make sure to comment. T-Man978, out of here.